So what does a cloud native maturity model look like? What does it actually mean? So what we have and where we're trying to get to. So you might have existing applications on-prem. Your options are, you may want to just lift and shift to Azure and start to leverage the benefits of economies of scale that we've already mentioned. That will basically include minimal code changes. You won't need to change your application that much. It's just be a case of leveraging the benefits of the cloud. Then we moved across to sort of being cloud optimized, and this is where we start to refactor or re-architect applications. So using more of those PaaS-based services to make sure that your application is cloud optimized. And again, that leverages greater value from a cost, performance, and security perspective, and actually how you deliver those applications. And then the utopia really is that fully app modernized application where we start to look into things like serverless computing and other elements and toolings that will enable you to, again, really leverage that app and basically deliver that app not only at scale, but at a super fast and rapid agility wise from a scaling perspective. So you'll end up with faster deployments, you'll have a really agile development process, you'll reduce your overheads over time, and then you'll have less reliance on your infrastructure to provide that resilience. So you're basically handing off that heavy workload over to Azure, over to Microsoft, and obviously gaining the benefits of that. And the key thing is it allows you to concentrate resources in where it's going to provide as much value as possible. So the key thing that we often say to ISVs, for example, is that we allow you to get on with what you're good at, whether that's your application development or primarily your software development of your application, rather than to having to worry about too much around your environment itself in terms of an infrastructure perspective and how you manage that environment ongoing. And how does this look in sort of real terms? So we've got a .NET example here, so you can see there on the left hand side its starting point on-prem, and then moving into an IaaS basis, so your infrastructure ready only, your more lift and shift, where potentially we put those into VMs and Azure SQL, for example. We then start to look at PaaS services and using containerization and various other managed services. And again, obviously the beauty of managed services is that economies of scale that Microsoft has, that they look after the core components of those managed services, and you just use them on the elements that you need to use, all the way across to cloud native, where we're looking at PaaS for microservices and serverless computing. Again, the sort of utopia of not having any overheads for the more infrastructure elements of your application. So the journey here is around modernizing. So the migrate and rehost usually incurs no code changes at all, and then as you start to shift to the right, you're going to look at code changes, so minimal code changes for the cloud optimized side of things. For cloud native, potentially looking at re-architecting your application for the cloud and introducing new code that allows the application to take advantage of those services.